this is Rick Prokop at Piano Power Lessons. In our previous lesson, we viewed the tritone G-sharp D as being part of an E7th, dominant 7th chord. But if we invert this tritone and bring it down here and play a B-flat 7th, we now see that the tables have turned. Whereas up here it was a G-sharp and a D, down here in the B-flat 7th, it's a D and an A-flat, right? B-flat, D, F, A-flat, B-flat 7th. And then this 5 chord will resolve to an E-flat of some kind. So today we'll be operating primarily within the E-flat major scale, which is E-flat, F, G, A-flat, B-flat, C, D, E-flat. The 2 chord that we're going to use is built on the second step of the E-flat scale, F, and it's called F minor 7th. F, A-flat, C, E-flat. And the 5 chord, as already explained, will be B-flat, D, F, A-flat. So if we come back to our 2 chord and use a second inversion B-flat 7th chord instead, we have this operation. We lower the top 2 notes to B-flat and D, and then we lower the bottom 2 notes to E-flat and G, giving us an E-flat major 7th for our 1 chord. So just practice that a couple of times to get it into your fingers. And try to get all the notes to sound exactly together. Follow through with your wrist as you're grabbing onto those notes, so the wrist is always moving. In our first melodic example, we're going to alter the chords a little bit to make them a little more modern. So after playing our standard 2 chord, instead of playing a standard B-flat 7th in second inversion, we're going to play this chord. And if we look at this chord in terms of B-flat 7th, we have the 7th, the 9th, the 3rd, and the 13th. So this is just simply called B-flat 13th. So now, going from this rootless B-flat 13th, we have to get to an E-flat, a stable E-flat chord, which will be here. Okay, and this is rootless also. And this is a rootless E-flat 6-9 chord, or we could call it an E-flat major 9th with a 6th or a 13th. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's stable and it's our 1 chord. So let's just practice those 3 chords a couple of times. 2 chord, F minor 7th, I should say. B-flat 13th, rootless. E-flat major 9th with a 6th. 2, 5, 1. All right, let's have a listen to our first example. I have the metronome on 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, if we do a little analysis, we see that the first 3 triads are based on what's called an F minor 9th chord. And you can do this with minor 7th chords. You can take the initial minor 7th chord and just keep going up in thirds within the E-flat scale. And you can get all the way up to a minor 13th if you want. So here's the 11th. And then that would resolve like that. If you had a minor 11th, if you had a minor 13th, maybe something like that. So the first thing you want to do is block out the three triads within the F minor ninth, which are F minor, A flat major, and use 1, 2, 4 on all of these, and then C minor. And then just play them. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and finish on an E natural. Now, for a B flat 13th chord, we'd normally play an E flat major scale starting on B flat. And that is called the B flat mixolydian scale, but we find that there's a clash between the E flat here and the D in left-hand chord. So we raise the E flat to an E natural, and we get a scale where all of the elements of the scale sound good against this B flat 13th chord. And that scale is called the altered B flat mixolydian scale. And because it's altered in such a way that all of the notes sound good, B flat sounds good, C major sounds good, and the inversions of B flat sound great against this chord. So getting back to our line, that's where this E natural comes in. And from there, we just circle around and get up to this B flat chromatically. And we finish it out So as far as the fingering goes, I would use 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Another option for fingering would be this. Now, since you've already played the fourth finger up here, just use it again, and then go to your second finger here and cross under with the thumb, and then work your way up to the B flat that way. So fingerings are very subjective, and you just have to find one that suits you the best. All right, the wrist motions are a little tricky to get the eighth note swinging properly. So we have down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up, up, down, up. So down, up, 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 up. All right, let's have a listen with the metronome set on 100. 2, 3, 4. The next example is played with all swinging eighth notes. And I just want you to note that the chords will always be played on and of 1. So here's how it sounds. 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go over the fingering in slow motion. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, coming down that B flat, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. And as far as the wrist motions go, there are two ways you can begin this line. When you're beginning a line on a strong beat, here we're beginning on 1, or it could be 2, 3, or 4, but on a beat other than an and, you can begin with a down, but do a quick down up. Down up, down up, see? Down up, down up. The easiest way is to just go up, down, up, down, up. But if you like dropping on that first note, down, up, 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 up. And that's how you would do that. Let's have a listen now with the metronome on 100. 2, 3, 4. For our next two examples, we're going to be using B-flat sevenths tritone substitute, which is E7th. And the reason we can do that is because E7th is analyzable in terms of B-flat. So what is this seeming E here and this seeming B here? Well, in terms of B-flat, the E is the flat 5, so it's really an F-flat. And this seeming B is really a C-flat, which is the flat 9 of B-flat. Here's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. The flat 9 is a C-flat. So you really don't have to get bogged down in all this minutia. All you need to know is that an E7th is analyzable in terms of B-flat. Well, what scale would we normally play against this seeming E7th? Well, we'd say E7th is 5 of A, so we'll play the A scale starting on E, which is called E mixolydian, but this A clashes with the G sharp, so I'm going to raise that to an A sharp. So now I have the altered mixolydian scale, and all of the notes sound great against the chord in the left hand. Additionally, I can play an E, triad, F sharp, triad, E, F sharp, and so on. And all the inversions of E and F sharp major sound great against the chord because we altered that one note. Let's just go over the chords you would play in the simplest form using the E7th tritone substitute. So your 2 chord would be your F minor, and then you would just go down to a standard E7th and then finish on E flat major 7th, E flat G, B flat D. But we're going to add a little shimmer. Instead of having the F minor 7th, we're going to come up to the 9th and play what looks like an A flat major 7th, but it's really a rootless F minor 9th chord. Okay? And then, instead of our E7th, we're going to add the 9th, and we're going to leave out the root and have this. And if I put a B flat in the bass, you see that this functions beautifully as a B flat 7th with a raised 5th and a flat 9. And then resolving to a rootless E flat major 9th with a 6th, whatever you want to call it, which we had before. So just to review, we have F minor 9th, B flat augmented 7th with a flat 9. Okay. Now, if you want to put in even more shimmer, with this B flat 7th chord, right? What we can do is, instead of having a flat 9, we could have a sharp 9. Okay, so those are your two options. You can have this, or you can have this. And both will sound great against the line we're about to play. So here's the new line, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So try the beginning of this passage. Start with your thumb on F, cross over, go up to the 3rd of F minor, thumb down, and then your thumb again on B. So we have and from this point we use the altered mixolydian scale. So we have so all of those elements are from that scale. And then when we get to this F, we're back in E flat, the regular E flat major scale. So the fingering would be 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. And then from that point on, we'd have 1, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1. All right, and the wrist motions are pretty straightforward. We'd start with up, down, 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 up, up. And then when we put the hands together, we're going to put the chords on and of 1 each time again. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4. Okay? Okay, let's listen to it at 100. 2, 3, 4. For the last example, we're going to begin with our root position 2 chord, F minor 7th, followed by either the B flat augmented 7th with a flat 9, or the B flat augmented 7th with a sharp 9. Either one will do, and then we'll finish on the same E flat major 9th chord that we used last time. Let's listen to the next example, played at a slow speed. 2, 3, 4. Now this one's interesting because it begins by going up just an E flat major scale, starting on its 2nd note. But then when we get to the 5 chord, remember I told you you could play an E or an F sharp on this chord? So watch again, up the E flat scale beginning on F. There's your F sharp. There's your E. So this example fully utilizes that altered mixolydian scale. Let's take a look at the fingerings. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. 4, 2, 1. 3, 1. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, as far as swinging the eighth notes go, it's pretty straightforward. Until we get to here. So we're just going to do up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then we're going to treat this C sharp as if it's an island unto itself. We're going to disconnect to it, and then after we play it, we're going to disconnect to this B. So it's just standing there by itself. There's no connection to it. And it's very subtle. The faster you go, the less apparent it becomes. See? Okay, we'll finish up by playing it at 100. 2, 3, 4. Well, that should do it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and have a great day.